Fellow Nigerians, did you know that constituency and executive projects in your communities are not gifts from your legislators? They are projects sponsored by the legislators and funded by the federal government to improve your life and the lives of those around you. These projects belong to you. Without your vigilance, they might never be completed. Don't allow them to fade away into unfulfilled promises. Stand up, take ownership, monitor their progress, demand accountability, and report concerns to ICPC. Call our toll-free line now on 0800-2255-4272 or WhatsApp only on 0806-656-4726. This message is brought to you by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, with support from MacArthur Foundation and the Center for Democracy and Development in Africa, CDD.
So let's take them, at least a few of it, one by one. Power, inflation, unemployment, insecurity, and a lot of it. Pick them one by one. As a Nigerian,
Yes.
are you going to say that Tinubu has done well?
Hello and welcome to Democracy versus Reality, where we separate political promises from lived experiences. I am Olumide Shukoya, and today I'm surrounded by two perfect gentlemen. I have here Ikechukwu Oyemike. So glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And of course, I have our ever think tank, yes, Dr. Idahusa Samanze. So glad to have you on Democracy versus Reality.
My pleasure to be here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good to have you.
I like the sportsmanship. So today we're going to be talking about accountability in governance. Now, people often say that when it's time for elections, the slogan is always accountability. But do you think that every 4 years, accountability should cut across more than election day? Starting with you, Ikechukwu. When elections come, yes, people vote, leaders are elected, then governance is formed. Should people have the power to demand explanations every day from leaders in office, or accountability is just a slogan used during election? What is accountability first to you?
So, English-wise, accountability is clear. It's as simple as you give account of how resources or whatever it is that is made available to you is managed in the period under which you are in charge of things, such as you being transparent, you being clear on all ground to let the people whose affair you're managing know that I'm not chopping our money, I'm not doing anyhow, I'm clear. That's as far as English is concerned for accountability. But in the Nigerian context, I feel to answer that question, when it comes to the Nigerian context, I'm always caught in between. I'm always in a dilemma of where do I really start from or where do I stand? First of all, if you're asking this question based on a society that is practicing democracy,
Yes.
I would say, yes, accountability should be at the forefront of things. Then if you're asking based on the context of Nigeria and how I see it, I personally don't think what we practice is democracy. So maybe the naming ceremony of what we practice was, Christian democracy or whatever it is you want to describe it. I don't want to sound religious. But for what it is, this is not democracy. So accountability does not make any sense at the end of the day. Because anybody just read there, do anyhow. So why would you there? Why we want the accountable? Okay, even when you do accountable, who want hold you accountable? Who get the power? When they be saying, now you they call the shot, now you they do everything. Did they not define democracy as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people?
Truly.
And in all of the practice, when you talk about accountability, the only time the people matter is when they're coming for the elections, in the real sense. So it's basically what it is for me. So it's always a confusion state, but I hope I'm able to make sense with these few answers. If you're talking a democratic society, yeah, we can talk accountability, but if you're talking of the real state of Nigeria and what we practice and how we do things, I don't think accountability matters, because not be even democracy with the practice. So a democracy, advisably I use it. The imported democracy, the Western democracy is what I refer to when I say democracy, because I believe, say, even before they come, the system where we take the run ourselves, the Benin Kingdom, for example, we get king and there are chiefs, inoges and all. And they get the way that they run away, we say everybody go bring in suggestion, advice, balance, and that's democratic in the sense, in principle. But you see this Western one, my brother, you know.
Thank you very much. So, Doctor, over to you. From what Ogbuefi Ikechukwu stopped, do you think Nigeria, okay, first of all, tell me what your belief is or what your idea of a true accountability is, and do you think that we are practicing, or this present administration or any other administration has been or is practicing accountability?
Yeah, I think when you put it in the sphere of politics, and you're going to talk about accountability, you have to be able to define it within the structure and the function of the states. Because the state system in which democracy runs has institutions that are put in place and structures that define what you call accountability. For example, the president of the federation or the governor of a state cannot spend money without first and foremost going to the institutions of the lawmakers to tell them, this is how we spent the last one, and this is what we plan to spend. And then the right to accept or reject those proposals lies with that institution. To that very extent, you see that the president is accountable to the representative of the people. Democracy, we have reduced it to Abraham Lincoln's conception of the American democracy, government by the people, for the people, for the people. But in a true sense is, we don't have that kind of society anymore. Because from the ancient Greek, where the word demokratos came from, it was possible for everybody to go to the city square, where we all agree on issues. So the example he made by the Benin Kingdom, that can be called a democracy because it's ruled by the king. That's monarchy. The people are not involved. The people are never consulted. But here in the Greek representative kind of democracy, the people are involved. But what is the key word today? It's called majoritarian ethic. So if you have to go for an election and majority believe in what you're saying and they agree with you and they give you their votes to represent them, to that very extent, you're serving their interest. But playing to the rule of the Constitution is what accountability for a government will mean in that wise. So you come from a constituency. So whether it's the Senate, whether it's the House of Rep, for example, at the federal, or it's the House Assembly at the state level, you have a rep in the assembly who you have sent there to represent your common interest. As long as the president or the governor stand before those reps, they're actually standing before you. So that is what the systems and the function is. But I think there's a variant that Nigerians are asking for, which seems for me to be outside of the norm, is that until a government does what opposition seems to be looking for, that government is not transparent, that government is not accountable, that government is not fair. But the truth of the matter is, in competition, if somebody wins an election and has a mandate to govern, then of course you allow him the mandate to govern. And if you feel that it's not governing well, then you go to the people to get power and then govern the way you want to govern. You can't contest against someone.
I think, sorry, I have to cut him, because I try to listen. And I'm also aware that we are checking the time and conscious of the time. I believe when you say the people, you can't have a representative without the people. You can't even have opposition without the people. You can't even have a system without the people. Such as having Nigeria without the people of Nigeria is not possible. If, like you said, Doctor, that the people, or if the opposition don't feel a certain way about you, it means the opposition is angry because they are not in power. But no. Take Nigeria, for instance. Whoever the opposition is today, what are they talking about that the common average Nigerians are not talking about? What are the oppositions complaining about that the average Nigerians are not complaining about?
So when you say,
if you see complaint as opposition, then you have missed governance.
No.
And that is what I think.
When you say
people
the average people, who is the average people?
The Nigerian, everyday Nigerian.
I am a Nigerian, for example.
So if you're not complaining,
yes,
it simply means.
Does it mean I'm not a Nigerian?
It simply means one thing.
Yes.
Either you're living a lie or you're pretending. If you're not complaining.
No.
Now, let me. No, I'll make it clear.
No.
Doctor, I'll make it clear.
Okay.
If you're not complaining, it's either you're living a lie or you're pretending. It can either be one of those two.
No, I'm not. None of the above.
Doctor.
Okay, fine. Now, let me break down what I just said. We're in a democracy, as they say.
Yes.
At least, in the pretense of democracy, we have done so many elections, we have practiced so many things, and we call it democracy.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yes.
We just finished, okay, it's been a while. We finished an election. We're going to go into another one now. This government, let me tell you, when we say the people, and when we say the pulse of the people, this government came into power. I've never seen a president that is so prepared to be the president like the present president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's never been any president since at least the Fourth Republic, 1999, till date, that is so prepared to be. Buhari was close because at least we saw Buhari contest in several elections.
Yes.
So we can count that to be preparedness. Obasanjo was accidental. Yaradua was. Jonathan was. But Buhari and Tinubu, in this dispensation of APC, we've had the two people that have been president so far as the most prepared amongst them all. But what do we get? On the day of swearing in, for instance, Tinubu that has not, because you went around the country begging and promising and setting standard for yourself, committing yourself. The election came. By result, by Supreme Court, you won. And on the day of swearing in, you haven't even sat on the seat. The first thing you did was you removed subsidy. So whether it was good or bad, that's debatable. But one thing is also sure. Methods and how is also there. How you will do it and how you will not do it is there.
You see, the problem you have here is the fact that you are a patient who is critically ill on a bed, and you determine how a doctor attend to you.
So what if I'm not a patient, but I'm just a hungry man?
No. You're a patient. You're a patient.
You can't
in an emergency ward, about to die, and you are thinking how a doctor should treat you.
I'm a hungry man who needs food. I want to eat yam. The most you do, or the best you do is, how do you want the yam? Either I want it roasted, I want it pounded, I want it boiled, I want it fried. All of them have processes and they will take time. All I need is I'm hungry, I want to eat. So whichever process you choose, without asking me, is determining how long I will be hungry, whether short or so long. embarrassing. So you can't say sick patient. It doesn't have to be a sick patient.
Doctor.
And a sick patient can still tell the doctor, don't give me any injection anymore. I want to die.
Let
sick patient has the right to
let
die.
me even take you on the analogy of your food and hunger.
Yes.
So if you come to my restaurant, for example, you need a food, and you say you want fried yam, and I don't have, what do? You look for somebody who has a fried yam.
No,
then you can't punish me for not.
I didn't say I want fried yam, but I want yam.
Yeah,
so process is what determines whether it's fried, it's roasted, it's pounded,
so
or
you can't just say you want yam. Now you have to listen to the conversation prior to the elections. For example,
the Tinubu promise that he will fix electricity in 4 years, and if he does it,
let's not miss up the issues.
Don't vote me back. Did he promise that?
Let's not miss up the issues.
We'll get to that.
Let's not miss up the issues. He has an agenda, and there are 8 points on that agenda. He calls the Renew Hope agenda.
Yes.
He went around Nigeria and he spoke to Nigeria.
Yes.
In short, on every occasion, the first question they ask him, what do you do with subsidy? He says, if I get to the office, I will take it out.
Did he get to the office before he took it out?
Yes, he did.
Did he get? No, he never got to the office.
Yes, it was his
he didn't get to the office.
No, wait, no. Don't say that. Acceptance speech is that he has been sworn in.
Gentlemen.
He didn't get to the office.
No. Listen.
You said, if I get to the office, I will take it out. Did he get to the office? No, he did it at the Eagle Square.
Yes.
The Eagle Square is not Aso Rock. The Eagle Square is not presidential, which means he didn't even understand the fabrics of the subsidy nature we are in before he took it out.
No. You are missing the point. Immediately he has
the masses into suffering.
No. Immediately he took the oath of office from the chief law officer of Nigeria.
Yes.
He had become the president of Nigeria. Every statement he made after that, he made as the president of Nigeria.
So wouldn't it have been smarter
to
even see the nature of the problem?
Listen, don't put emotion into these things.
No, it's not emotion.
No,
doctor, I won't buy that.
He became the president after taking the oath of office.
Except you are saying, okay, so did Tinubu understand the nature of our subsidy before he removed it? Let's talk emotion here.
All right.
Did he understand the nature of our subsidy before he removed it?
He does.
How did you say he does?
He does. Because
how do you prove that? Because him removing the subsidy has thrown us into what we are in.
No. It's not true.
Are you saying the way he removed it is the only way to remove subsidy?
No, it's not true.
Let me tell you,
let's even look at
is that the only way you can remove subsidy?
Listen, let's look at the debate around the subsidy.
What's the debate? No. Don't tell me the debate around subsidy. I know what subsidy was, and I know what we have suffered because of subsidy. The question is removing it.
Just listen.
Did he remove it? Is
you just listen.
The best?
No. You just listen.
Okay, so
there was a debate. And this debate is not 1 year debate.
Years of debate.
Since 2011.
That date specifically is even makes matters worse for me. Because Jonathan removed it. This same Tinubu led the protest against him removing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since 2011, there's been ongoing debate about whether Nigeria should sustain subsidy or not.
Yes.
Now, in 2011, 2012, 2013, Nigeria seems to be living in a boom. Oil boom. And the reality didn't dawn on any human being because at that time you had so much money.
Doctor, you are going to take us through a process of, we know these things.
No.
We understand these things. We are talking about the process of...
No.
We are talking about how to remove this.
Listen.
Is that the best way to remove something? We know all these things you are saying.
You see,
the boom,
there are 2 ways to this.
Okay.
The point I'm making is that you have to put everything you say on a context. And that is why I don't like emotional conversation. I like when you say things well.
I know what you're doing. You try to gaslight me by using the word emotion.
No. Let's have a context because we're not allowed the context.
It's like you
because
say
the thing is that you're trying to
the people who is complaining is emotional. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Look at it. What is the context?
You're saying the average Nigerian is complaining is emotional.
All right, doctor.
It's not the average. You are not the average Nigerian. They are average Nigerians, they are out in the street.
So you don't put
yourself because you don't like what is happening and then use yourself as the embodiment of an average Nigerian.
Should we put this into a vote?
We are not the only Nigeria, we are Nigerians.
Should we put this into a vote?
No, you just
and
listen.
Check how many Nigerians feel that I am speaking their pulse And how many Nigerian fields you are speaking their pulse?
We can count. We can go to the field and do the survey.
All right, gentlemen, let's
We can do
move
the
on.
survey and see the result. See, you see, the point I'm making is the fact that this subsidy debate, even when Buhari felt bad it was not going to be removed, constitutionally speaking, by the Appropriation Act of 2023,
Yes. I was going to get to that.
I think we have even gone out of the conversation.
the Appropriation Act, which is the law of the spending of Nigeria,
Yes.
actually had put the end of subsidy
Yes.
till the end of June,
Yes.
which is just 1 month.
We know this.
Now the question is, within that 1 month, there were a lot of issues. First is the fact that the Buhari regime has broken the Nigerian law.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You mean Tinubu, President Tinubu broke the Nigerian law?
No. I said Muhammadu Buhari.
Oh, but President Tinubu recently came and said he was Buhari.
No. Look,
Are you going to change that?
you just
No.
listen.
You can't change that. He said it.
There's a context to it.
Oh, context again.
There's
Okay,
a context.
good.
Let Dr.
There's a
Land.
context.
Context
So
again.
the point is that the ways and means
Okay.
that we were taking to fund subsidy was already outside what the Constitution allowed. So which means you couldn't print more money as a new government. Now, our foreign reserve had gone deep to about $3.5 billion. All the crude that we had been front sold
Doctor,
by the Buhari government.
this is you trying to blackmail Nigerians or gaslight Nigerians into emotionally thinking.
No.
That,
I'm not
we
gaslighting.
know these things.
Yeah.
So if you know
These
it,
things
so
you are
why are you
saying
not
we know.
complaining?
And what I'm saying is the method, the how.
So you would
what
have.
Tinubu did, was that the best way?
Oh yes.
Just announcing at the podium on
yes.
inauguration,
Oh yes.
subsidy is
that I'm
gone.
not going to continue.
That's the best
Yes,
way.
of course. He spoke
Okay,
the truth.
So you think if Atiku or a Peter Obi or Showore or anybody
Yeah.
had also been the winner
Yeah.
and was inaugurated on that day,
Oh, yes.
you think the same way Tinubu just announced at that podium was out there will do it?
There are two
Is that what you're saying?
There are two things you could have done. It's either to postpone the evil day and still allow the evil day to arrive.
So are you saying subsidy could not be removed? Even if it was 2 days or 3 days
At a later
after,
date.
even if it was still under Tinubu's government, subsidy could not be removed, but differently. Because see, this is the implication. This is why this is a conversation, because we're talking democracy. The method Tinubu used put the burden on the people.
I think it was
That
just an
method
announcement.
put the burden on the people. They said a few were enjoying the dividends or the largesse from subsidy. That they were going to take that burden, and it's cutting burden on the people. So they're going to take it off the people and cut the flow to those few. But your method, I don't know whether it even cut the flow to those few, because we heard that you still paid subsidy after the announcement. There were evidence that this government still pays subsidy. But no. They were written document. You can Google it. It's online that Tinubu government still paid subsidy after the announcement. But what do we see? The people bear the burden. Just like he floated the naira. He floated the currency. There was a black market and there was an official market. You said parallel prices. Abi?
Definitely.
So what do you do? Simple economics. What will you do in such case? Instead that you move this one parallel market that is higher, maybe 500 or 600 at most, closer to the official price, which is about 400.
Yes.
Or you move the official price, which is about 400, closer to the black market. Not necessarily exceeding the black market. But what did you do? You shot it 3 times above the black market.
So who should be paying the difference?
I'm telling you about method. This man's method
you are talking about method.
Anti-masses.
No. When you are talking about method,
that
you
you
have to talk
float the
about
currency
points.
doesn't mean you should shoot beyond the black market.
No.
That you floated the currency doesn't mean you should shoot beyond the black market.
So what it means is that
How we made it better?
No. We are saying we are not going to favor anybody. You go to the
So not
market.
favoring
and
any, no, okay,
That's all.
there was a black market of say 700.
Yes.
So what took it beyond 700?
Market forces.
What?
It's simple
All right,
economics.
gentlemen, let's
It's
move
market
on.
forces.
Let's move on.
Market forces.
Let's look at the institutions.
You know what? So
set up.
Olumide, please, before we talk about this issue, you see, when people make arguments like this, when we see these practical things like this is us. Again, doctor is going to say, when I say us, how many of us be the us?
Yeah.
But I'm talking Nigerians because I feel it. Energy cost today in my home, I don't think an average Nigerian that lives within my vicinity are not feeling what I feel in terms of energy cost. Gas, light, kerosene, whatever it is you can call it, even charcoal.
Yes.
If I choose to, because I have the stove in my house. All of these things, now waiting with the face, now our reality today. So if I am speaking, I'm speaking based on that. But when you people want to make this argument, like we don't know, like Tinubu didn't understand the problem of Nigeria before he campaigned around to be the president. Yeah. That's what you're telling me.
And he's not begging you for ideas.
And that speaks to...
He's not begging you for ideas.
The president is not smart enough to understand Nigeria.
He does, he's smart. He knows Nigeria.
You are indirectly telling me as a communication person. What you are not saying in words is that the president is not smart.
The issue here is because you want the president to use your idea. The president campaigned for elections.
So why would the president not use my idea?
Just listen to me. Just listen to me. He won the elections.
The people.
On the basis of his campaign.
While he was campaigning, he was not campaigning based on the burdens of the people.
Now he's...
Was he not promising based on the concerns of the people?
See,
light was it not the concerns of the people?
The issue is simple.
Let the poor breathe.
The issue.
Let the poor breathe. Is that not the people?
Oh yes.
So why will you come in? Why will you come in?
He has his method. The fact that he's not adopting your method, it does not mean
this is
not
my method. This is
that is what you are prescribing. You are telling a man who came to office prepared what to do.
Who is he?
But you allow him to do.
Who is he exactly? If take the office of the president away, who is the president? Who is sorry? Take the office of the president away. Who is Tinubu?
Take the office of Nigeria.
He's just a billionaire or a big man, at most. And if he wants to enjoy himself, he will enjoy himself. But once he becomes the president of Nigeria, that office existed because they were Nigerians. So you can't do anything, or you can't do anything your method. As long as your method is not pro-people, it is a wrong method.
Let's
not beat around the bush.
It's not beating around the bush. It's because you are not methodical and you are not systematic in your analysis. Understand?
Okay,
what are the elements of democracy?
Make it methodical and
yes, that's what I'm saying. What are the elements of democracy? First, you talk about sovereignty. Now, you talk about party.
What gives power to sovereignty?
Yes, of course. People voted him.
Thank you.
Now, whether you like it or not, people voted him. Now he's coming back again to ask for votes.
No, let's even leave the coming back. Now, let's talk about this one that is still doing.
Because
assuming he's not even coming back.
No. He's coming. He should come back.
I don't care. Let's talk about the one that he's currently doing.
You don't like what he's doing. There are people who love what he's doing. Now, it is these people who love his doing or don't like what he's doing that will determine whether he will come back or not. Now, it is at that point you will know whether it is actually the people or is it the sentiment of you who do not belong or didn't vote for him that is actually the issue.
Okay, so
but the point I'm making here is simple. You cannot appropriate Nigerianness to yourself and say, we Nigerian. I am a Nigerian, for God's sake. Tinubu is a Nigerian. Okay. All the ministers serving in this government, they are Nigerians. The governors serving in Nigeria, they are Nigerians. They didn't come from another space.
Dr. Idausa, this is very simple. Let's even come from your prison of being a Nigerian.
Yes.
Now, before Tinubu came in, because whether you like it or not, you as a Nigerian, you are like the element of a sample of the people. Let's even take me away. Maybe at this point, imagine I'm a Ghanaian or a South African or an American.
You're a Nigerian.
No. You are the Nigerian.
We don't need to take it away.
No.
We are all Nigerians.
Okay.
But we have our opinions and we have our differences.
You are the Nigerian.
We have our methods. I can't take your method because you just want to impose it on me.
Yes.
No.
So
you are the Nigerian. You go to canvass to the people and tell them to vote for you so that you can implement your idea.
Yes.
Don't tell me how to govern. You are the Nigerian.
You are the Nigerian. You are the Nigerian. So let's take it by you. Everything that Nigeria was before Tinubu came in, you know, as a Nigerian. Everything that Nigeria is presently, while it's in power, you also know, as a Nigerian.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So let's take them, at least a few of it, one by one. Power, inflation, unemployment, insecurity, and a lot of it. Pick them one by one. As a Nigerian,
yes.
Are you going to say that Tinubu has done well?
Just yesterday, let me start from security. The American government reported
when you land, yes. Continue.
that since September 11, 2001. There have not been success in terrorist operation that what happened in Nigeria just last week. In terms of the electronics that was recovered from the hands of the jihadists in this government. Since 2001 till date, American government just reported it yesterday. And I'm not talking about what happened last week. Yesterday, this was reported.
You see how funny it is when we over-abroadize things. Sorry if that English exists or not.
What is
at least you get every abroad mentality.
Okay.
So the first example doctor is going to check is what America said.
Yeah.
But you have forgotten there are still a lot of Nigerians. Just yesterday, students who were writing NECO were taken out of their schools, kidnapped, and teachers killed. Just yesterday.
Just yesterday, Shehu Kimbaloye on the show Politics Today
you are talking about
said that
is that
in the
Nigerian
last
reality?
2 weeks, there have been so many recoveries, so many wasting of the life of this
country. Go to Oyo State.
So many.
Go to Oyo State and tell Oyo people.
Adopted people that have been recovered from the hand of the kidnappers. Just yesterday, these informations are in the public domain. I'm just telling you in the area of security alone. I'm not talking about.
Do you see the Shehu you talked about? This same Shehu you talked about.
Yes.
Same Shehu took us. So this is not against Shehu. This is not against politics today. But we're just making reference. This on that same show. Yes. Shehu Okinbade took us to Port Harcourt refinery during that propaganda move.
Let's take it one by one.
No,
we want to talk security.
I'm telling you,
let me move now.
You want to make that show.
You put the issues on the ground. Let's address them one by one.
Basics now.
Let's address them one by one.
That show. He took us to Port Harcourt refinery. The refinery is working. Olu Phillips was the reporter that very day. That refinery is working. What happened after? Did the refinery work? So if we're going to take whatever comes out of that show as a fact and truth,
we will take what America say.
So you saying
it's only what Ike said that will be the truth. That's the problem.
It's not about
that is the problem. Because this is about you. It's not about the people. So if America is not right, Shehu Okinbaloye is not right, then therefore it's only Ikechukwu that is right.
How can America be right in the Nigerian context?
That's a problem. Shehu is not right because
how can America be right in the Nigerian context?
It took you to refinery, and refinery is not working.
Okay, did it work?
America is not work because we have a broad mentality.
Why should we use America as a reference point to our own
why should we use it? Because if you do
well, the same way our politicians go to Chatham.
No.
All of them will go to Chatham to campaign during the election. Why do you need to go and campaign to UK people when you want to govern Nigerians?
Then it's important.
Why?
It's a commendation.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on.
It's a commendation.
We still have a lot to cover. Let's look at the institutions that are supposed to enforce accountability, starting with the Red Chamber, the Senate, of course, the House of Representatives, the state assemblies. Let's look at the scenario that happened recently when the former MD of NNPC was, quote unquote, given a warrant of arrest. Wherever he is, dead or alive, someone said that they should arrest him. But that particular arrest warrant was recalled or repealed. Now, does that speak of accountability? Let me start with you.
So, thank you. First of all, let me go to Oshomole's position, that dead or alive. The most that would have done in that instance is Oshomole, at the floor of the Senate, recall that as in, like, how do you say it in English? Withdraw that statement.
Withdraw the statement, yes.
Dead or alive. That statement, dead or alive, not order to arrest. Because the Senate committee has a power. If somebody is summoned and refuses to come, the Constitution empowers the Senate committee to order for arrest. So, hold that in one breath. This is NNPCL that is owned by Nigerians via two ministries, Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Petroleum Resources. And their own audit process showed that 1.7 billion, 1.3 billion, all put together upon something, 1.7 something billion, 1.3 something, 107 something billion and 103 something billion.
Yes.
All together about 211 trillions, not billion, trillions were not accounted for between 2017 and 2023. We never talk of 2024.
Yes.
That same man did it because in 2025 April he come out to.
Yes.
Now, a Senate committee has empowered. Ask this man to come and explain. It's not the Auditor General of the Federation that even saw this. It's their own audit that brought this report. And they say, okay, you not agree come since Abi, be arrested. And what did Akpabio do? This, we're talking about accountability. Akpabio came in, for whatsoever reason, his cell is void. That call, order for arrest, is void. Which means, as we speak now, we've not heard anything about that matter. Don't forget, Professor Kemi Kumo Pondey of the NDDC that fainted during the House of Rep committee. Yes. That was how, after he fainted, the then Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, now Chief of Staff to the President, came out and made some speech at the floor of the panel and said he doesn't need to come again. Let him just go and take care of himself or whatever. Till today, we'll not hear anything again. So when we're talking of accountability, that thing that happened in the Senate concerning Mele Kyari is an example that this democracy will be run. It's either at the photocopy of the back page of the photocopy from the original, or not just scam. Now would they do? Because what Akpabio did was even contrary to what the law says.
Thank you very much. Doctor,
yeah, I think we have to set the record straight. Okay. And this is why I'm saying that whenever we are going to say things, it is important that we understand. Even the Adams Oshiomhole, at the floor of the Senate, when the whole House of Senate was in full session, said that he did actually not say they should arrest, that they were only recommending, because it's only the Senate president that had the power.
No. That's not what the law says.
No. That's why. That's
so if Adams was also bowing to the bullishness of Akpabio,
it's not bullying.
That's not what we're going to make the law.
It's not bullying.
The law empowers a committee to order for arrest.
So listen.
Section 89. If I'm correct,
put it.
The law empowers the Senate committee to order for arrest.
Not the committee. You see, the committee is
who does the law empower?
Is the Senate president that can
so that thing Akpabio did. Akpabio chose not to arrest, not to order the arrest of Mele Kyari, and it's okay.
No. You listen.
No, Akpabio chose not to arrest. So why did you have to set up a committee when everything has to come back to the Senate?
Oh yes.
You see how democracy is a scam.
It's not a scam.
You see how democracy is a scam.
It's not a scam.
Why do you need to set up a committee?
The committee
when you see the Senate president that we still need to make the call.
Oh yes.
As simple as order of arrest.
The committee
now
to
is on his table and he failed to do it.
No. You see, the issue is, this is a point. We treat issues in Nigeria with a lot of emotion. Let's even do.
I think the person emotional here.
Wait. Let's do the calculation.
Definitely it's not me.
No.
I have
Please,
to see every attempt to gaslight me.
Olumide,
I will check it.
Olumide,
I have that right.
Doctor.
Olumide, we have calculator here. We have calculator. You can give it to
press.
No. Give it to Ikechukwu to calculate the number of barrels we produce for the period under review.
So are you saying
how much money that was sold?
So are you saying the 210 trillion will not miss?
So calculate it.
Is that what you are saying? That the money is not missing?
So
it's not unaccounted for?
Yes.
Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
So the auditor that NNPC paid to audit their account for that period, they got so drunk or so unexperienced to say 210 trillion is not accounted for. Now, let me give you the category of that money. The 1.107 trillion was recoverable funds, which is money that is outside that can come in. Then the 103 trillion was what they said they spent on legal and all our sundries. I don't know the English word they use. So are you saying the auditors no get sense? Now you now can't say if we press calculator on barrel of oil.
Press calculator.
You see how they twist
press the calculator.
What doctor is doing now.
Because if you say your money is missing,
yes, you see,
it should be clear that you actually had earned the money.
So
and that the money was in your account.
I just gave you
and
the
that
category.
money was not there.
I just gave you the category.
Right.
So if the Senate say Mele Kyari, come and explain.
Have you seen the audit report?
Wait now, doctor.
Have you yourself read the audit report?
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
All right.
Is it there that 107 trillion recoverable is unaccounted for? Is it also there that 103 trillion what NNPC said they spent it on legal fees and all and sundries? Have you seen the report that is like that? If you have not seen it, then you are the one who have not read the report. But I'm telling you what is in the report. Right. And I'm telling you that this report was not done by NNPC itself. It was done by an independent auditor paid by NNPC to give us this. And you are saying we should go and press barrel of calculator.
Oh, yes.
All right, so gentlemen.
Because there's a way NNPC earn money.
Doctor, let me put some clarity to this with the argument before. So it says, yes, a Senate committee can initiate the process to issue an arrest warrant.
Thank you.
But they cannot execute it.
They have to, don't have to. They don't have the power to execute.
Let me land. So under the Legislative House Powers and Privileges Act, the authority is officially to authorize it is rested on the President of the Senate.
Thank you. So, but they can issue, which they have done.
Can issue, so
Akpabio, instead of executing it, he voided it.
So
what are we saying?
Clarity there.
What are we then saying? Are you saying Melekari should not come and explain how 107 trillion or a recoverable fund is not yet recovered? Meanwhile, at the end of a 12 calendar year, a month, 12 calendar month, which makes a year, you should recover that fund. And we are talking about 2017 to 2023.
Yes.
Just like the ways and means he mentioned. Every ways and means before the next year, you're supposed to don't pay back. So whatever goof Buhari government did is their problem. But you shouldn't come and use this as an excuse to make the poor people suffer. That's my take. So Tinubu should be smart enough to know that when you said you were going to solve Nigeria's problem, solve it and don't tell us stories. Don't blame anybody.
He's not blaming anybody.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
He's not blaming anybody.
He didn't, because he said
he is not blaming anybody.
Buhari.
And he's doing his best. So you give him...
he's doing his best. He's sounding like Pastor Adeboye now.
No.
He said Tinubu is doing his
Give
best.
him the opportunity to govern.
What opportunity has not been given? He's almost done with 4 years. What opportunity
that
has
is not your business.
All right, so
okay.
Ikechukwu, 1 minute.
That's not your business.
Doctor,
you can contest in 2027.
I'm not even interested.
Right,
so if you're not interested, then you shut.
As a Nigerian, that
you don't even talk about it. Yes, if you can say what you
right to speak,
you don't have. If you do have, then you try to go and protest. So if a man had offered himself to serve you,
he didn't
allow him to serve.
No, he didn't. See, that's why we should not make the mistake. Olumide, please. Okay. I know you are pressed with time, but let's address this. Tinubu did not do us any favor by contesting to be president and by becoming president. Like I said, in principle and on all ground, I don't care how you people run this thing you call democracy, that I don't believe in. I don't care how you run it, but Tinubu begged, in principle, he begged to become the president. And that's why he comes out every time he has the chance to say, because you see, one thing that we do, we are not always conscious of even who the president is. He's a man I respect so much. You see, politically in this country, in this thing we are doing called democracy, politically, you know, if that man, leave him. You not be anybody mate. Leave him. But when it comes to governance, I go drag anything. When it comes to governance, see, you can't miss it all. Tinubu has not missed it all.